So in terms of a reveal, Call of Duty Modern Warfare seems to have gone down really well with the Call of Duty community. This is the first time in a long period of time I've seen such positivity surrounding the Call of Duty franchise. It has been quite a good reveal, and we've had some little gems that we've never had in the whole history of Call of Duty. A new engine which is technically built from the ground up, even though it does have components from the old engine. Call of Duty, I would say, arguably looks its best it's ever looked. We've also had the news that we are going to get free DLC, free maps, which should stop this segregation for those people who buy maps and the people who don't want to spend that additional money to buy the maps. So we should be all on a level playing field, minus the fact that there is still an exclusivity deal with Sony PlayStation users, so they get the content 7 days earlier, which is 7 days as opposed to the 30-day traditional time span. So it's better than nothing, and you've got to look at it from a point of a business. Sony obviously pay a hefty sum to the likes of Activision for this exclusivity. But there has been one thing that has left people confused, has left a little bit of a negative light around the Call of Duty Modern Warfare reveal, and this has been the announcement of Crossplay. Now, there have been several articles covering this. Charlie Intel has covered this, but it still has led to some type of confusion, and this has mainly been down to the literature and how things have been worded, which people have speculated, or their interpretation has just been totally off. In this video, I'm going to share with you an article from Forbes which actually dictates specifically that we are going to get crossplay between the two things that it seems, reading from what I'm reading in the community, is the most wanted, and that is crossplay between the consoles. PlayStation versus Xbox. This is it's been a beef, a banter that has been going on for years, and it's something that both communities certainly want. And in previous different games around the world, Sony has openly refused to do crossplay with other companies, but have ultimately pulled down their guard and allowed crossplay to happen. Now, I didn't really get into this debate early on because I'm going to swear at a few people now. I'm really sorry for doing this, guys. When I was playing Fortnite, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I already seen this transition of crossplay and this whole debate unravel, and the first concern was mouse and keyboard versus consoles is unfair. Now, you can't play on Fortnite with a mouse and keyboard player unless you actively jump into a lobby with that particular player. Then you will end up against other keyboard users as well as a console player. Now, I always thought to myself that this would be the most logical way to go for Activision to go if they was going to introduce crossplay with consoles. Now, here in the article, but the real news was not about the meat of the game, but rather specific Activision moves surrounding it. First, this will be the first Call of Duty not to have a season pass in ages, keeping the player base together more easily. Second, in spirit of fully keeping the player base together, Modern Warfare will have true crossplay between Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC, no strings attached. So that's very clear in what it's trying to say to us here. We are going to be playing each other irrespective of what you believed before, which is absolutely massive in terms of this game and its success. It's really going to open up the floodgates for this game to be one of the biggest games in the world. Again, they're not Activision are not stupid by any measure of the word. They have seen what Apex Legends has done. They have seen what crossplay on Fortnite has done, and it would be absolutely insane and almost a suicidal move for them not to incorporate this into their game. Heading back over to the Forbes article, it says Call of Duty is straight up launching with crossplay, Sony included. There is no mobile or Switch version here, only the core systems, Xbox, PlayStation 4 and PC, and whatever they threw at Sony to make this happen clearly worked. And me going back to again what Fortnite and Epic Games did, Epic Games really badgered Sony. They may have even paid them a hefty amount of money for crossplay to happen, because it just makes absolute sense. But what this does is breaks down the door for future games to have this as a standardized feature. Reading the article again, crossplay makes sense for many reasons. It will help out the struggling smaller PC communities who are now able to play with their console brethren. Fortnite style input matchmaking will help avoid PC players stomping everyone, as is a common concern. You match with other players with your style of input, controller or mouse and keyboard, and only go out of your league if you are parted with PC friends on console, which will get you into mainly PC games. For third-party games, it removes the problem of buying a system just because your friends all have it. So this has been a major concern for a lot of people, and there are some people that are religiously stuck to their console of choice. I will never buy an Xbox. I've had Xboxes in the past, but I've always preferred Sony, and I've always used Sony's products because most of my friends that I play with are on the same console. Why would you go out and spend another £350–400 to buy a console when you've already got one of the opposite side? So crossplay actually makes a lot of sense in every aspect of the word. So guys, basically this video was just to bring any concerns that you have to the table and show you the evidence that even though people are misreading what they're seeing in articles, there is clear in black and white that we are having crossplay. Yes, we're going to have Sony versus Microsoft, PlayStation 4 versus Xbox, but we're also going to have the protection of, if mouse and keyboards are selected, then you will be put in a mouse and keyboard lobby. It's as simple as that. And there are things, if you do your research, that you can find. Yes, people can buy these Zim 4s or whatever the hell they're called, these adapters to use mouse and keyboard, but the actual makers of the PlayStation and the Xbox, they have the ability to put blockers in to stop people from using these. The reason people use these and get away with it because the actual developers and the owners of the console just choose not to, but in these specific games they can actually block them. So that should put all concerns to bed. I'm not saying people are never going to cheat, because that's just human nature and some people enjoy cheating. But what you will find here is that if someone's cheating, then they've really gone out of their way to do that, and it will be a very small percentage of the population, in my personal opinion. Guys, let me know down in the comment section if you're grateful for me sharing this information with yourselves. I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me, showing your concern, asking me for my opinion, and I've chose to sit back and wait, because I have seen a tussle on social media between quite large YouTubers as to what is fact and what is fiction. I thought I'd just stay back and wait for everything to play out, as I saw with Fortnite, because I learnt my lesson when I done my Fortnite video. Even though my Fortnite video was quite well received, at the same time there was some misinformation that I put out there that I had to correct. So I've tried my best to stand back a bit and just wait for everything to unfold and for people to play their cards. But there you have it from Forbes, which is a absolutely massive media outlet. They have confirmed that we are getting crossplay, and we will be playing console versus console on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which makes me absolutely insanely excited, because it really is time for the biggest battle in the gaming industry, which is Xbox versus PlayStation 4. Name your winner down in the comment section and let me know if you believe this is a good thing for the Call of Duty community. I definitely do, and I just can't wait for October 25th, because this all seems to be getting better and better by the day. What a reveal. It would have been much nicer if Activision actually just made this very clear so people can't misinterpret this, but there you go, guys. Oh, right, that was a mouthful. I'm gonna have some breakfast. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.